Alright, so this is a review and a reaction on Kelly Rowland's album. It's called Simply Deep. This was released back in 2002. So yeah, let's get into it. So the artwork, she's looking at herself in the mirror. Um, and for the record, I always thought she was the longest one. In fact, let me just use term from back then. I always thought she was the buffest one, the pangest one, the tick one in Destiny's Child. Like for the record, yeah, um, yeah. There was just something more captivating about her, and I guess it's a thing where most people felt beyond. Let me not do those comparisons. Fuck that shit. Because it's not even that deep. Get me? Because they're sisterins. Um, yeah. So she's looking at herself in the mirror, and it's interesting that I don't know what type of gaze she has. It's like it's deep, but that artwork is kind of dope when you kind of deep it. Like it's kind of how they pull that off. I don't know. I would like to know how to pull that off. Um, but anyway, there is 17 tracks. So there is the Stole, Dilemma featuring Nelly. Then Haven't Told You. Then Can't Nobody, which is the Ked Solo hip hop remix. Then there's Love Hate. Then there's Simply Deep featuring Solange. Then there is Love Lives in Strange Places. Then there's Obsession. Then there is Heaven. Then there's Past 12. Then there's Every Time You Walk Out That Door. Or Out That Door. Then Train on the Track. Then there's Beyond Imagination. Then there's Make You Wanna Stay featuring Joe Budden. Then there is Unfamiliar Unpresent featuring Stormy Bugsy. And there's Stow H and D's and New Soul Mix. Then there's No Coincidence. The reason why I say raw, because I just realized Stormy Bugsy, Stormy Bugsy, like he did a song with B Howard. When was it? I think like 3 years ago now. What song was it? And I did a video for it. I think it's called this is gonna bug me. You know when you realize something and then you're like, shit, I need to find out what it is because it's gonna bug me and I'm gonna realize later. But I'd rather get it on record now in this video so you can go check that out. You know what I mean? Like, because B Howard, he is a G in this thing. You know what I mean? If you know about B Howard, you know about B Howard. If you don't know about B Howard, then you're about to find out. What song was it? I'm going to find out. I'm looking, I'm researching now. So bear with me, innit? I think it's Fly. Okay, yeah. Yes, I'm Fly. Yeah, it's called I'm Fly. 5 years ago. Wow. Why did I think it was 3 years ago? Wow. 5 years ago. Bear in mind, this is 2020 when I released this, so just so you understand, 2015. Because I know sometimes someone's going to watch this in 5 years' time and they're going to put it out in 2020. But no, 2015 was when that was released. But back to Kelly Rowland. The interesting thing about this album, I remember, I don't even know which foster sister it was. One of them had this album, and I remember them playing Stole on a regular basis. And I think Make You Wanna Stay. And then there was something else as well. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes down to music in general, the great thing about Kelly Rowland was the fact that this is her debut solo album, innit? So it was great to be able to hear her on a solo tip. You know what I mean? And it proved that she can make hits on her own as well. Like the song with Nelly, that's a massive hit. That's timeless. Do you see what I mean? Even though I did discover the other time, if you go look at the Patti LaBelle review, you're gonna see you're gonna see that basically, was it Pay the Bill? I can't even remember no more. Yeah, it was Pay the Bill. If you go look at that review or reaction or whatever from that album, you're gonna see that, or hear, or no, you're gonna see that something. I don't want to go into it right now because I want you to go watch that so you can find out exactly what that is. Now, as usual, I take one song. If it's in context or out of context, it is what it is. I don't have a particular favorite track on this album anyway, but the song "Stole" is not even simply deep. It is deep. It reminds me of, in fact, it is the same era actually. When Nas did I Can, and then there's a song when I used to do music, there was a song particular how I used to write my songs and stuff like that. I would do it in the same type of concept where you're talking from a point of view from someone else. Do you see what I mean? You're telling their story. So you're evoking that type of level of emotion and thought and whatever. So it's really interesting. Like, that's a dope song. Like, I like the song. Like, them type of songs, the thought provoking songs. Get me? I like them type of songs. But anyway, listen. As usual, I take one song. If it's in context or out of context, it is what it is. Now, the song "Stole" and "Dilemma" are the two songs I'm talking about. I'm gonna use them interchangeably, right? Alright, because when it comes down to life and business or whatever, career or whatever, sometimes you can get yourself caught up in the dilemma. And you don't know what to do. So what tends to happen is you either procrastinate and then you go off into a different realm or different whatever way of life, and before you know it, your life gets stolen. Maybe not like physically sometimes, but emotionally and mentally and all that stuff there. Because then you're stripped away of who you really were and who you really were becoming. Do you see what I mean? Whereas you could actually put yourself in a position where you can actually, you know what, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, like, if you know, here's the thing about life, right? Everything you do, you're making a decision. You're making a decision. It may not be a decision that you want, but you're making a decision. Do you see what I mean? Every decision you make from now, even before, let's look at that this way. Everything that's in your life right now, yeah, or your circumstances or whatever are based upon decisions you made, or sometimes it could be your parents, but if you're an adult, we're going to just say you're an adult now, yeah? So it's going to be based upon the decisions, the decisions you made in the past. Do you see what I'm saying? So how your life is going to happen in the future is going to be based on I can speak, based on the decisions that you make from now. That's why it's very important to learn the right information when it comes to certain things. So for example, this is why I say click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, because in that course there you will learn exactly how to you'll learn, did I mention healthcare? In the course to do with healthcare, you will learn exactly how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively to produce the desired results that you feel you need and you want. Yeah, so you know how to truly just take advantage of what's right in front of you right now, because everything's going to lead up to ultimately what you want. You see what I mean? Or what you need. Now, sometimes it may not be exactly what you want, but it's going to be exactly what you need, so you can make another decision that will lead up to. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's the mindset. Everything is a mindset. All right. But yeah, other than that, there's another link in the description box below where it says make a donation. You can make a donation of any amount, and yeah, what you can do is put yourself in a position where can help us rebuild the infrastructure in the African and Caribbean diaspora. All right. But back to the album, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I simply like the songs on the album. That's as simple as it gets, and it's, to me, maybe yeah, it just Kelly Rowland showed herself. Like when I say showed herself, I mean showed her ability as a singer. Yeah, she showed her like she showed her ability as a singer in Destiny's Child. Don't get me wrong, but it's the fact that she can do that by herself. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, there's a couple features in the album, but you know what I mean. She was able to still captivate me till this day. Do you see what I'm saying? So she's created a classic. That's from my perspective. But the link to the album, go stream that. It's in the description box below. If you got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss in our videos, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification because you never know the video you suggest might just be next.